I'm a pilot in the active duty army. My wife and I have been together since 2012, married since 2014, no kids for fur babies. We've had our ups and downs, but for the most part we're stronger than ever, or so I thought. We recently moved to a new location, and she found a job at the grocery store on base stocking shelves after hours. She's been working there for about 9 months. Our schedules are almost opposite, and sometimes we go days without actually interacting with each other. She works 6 days a week, nearly 40 hours, and to be honest we are somewhat dependent on her extra income. So she had a few glasses of wine tonight, and passed out on the couch. I tried to wake her up to see if she wanted to go to bed, and she began mumbling about another guy. I was very confused at first, but kept my composure, and began to probe further. In her state of half-awake/asleep, she then began to backtrack after what I suppose was a realization of who she was talking to. She immediately fell back asleep, and after doing so I decided to go through her phone. What I discovered was a text thread between her and her close work friend, female, but was confused when I found a duplicate thread between her and someone else with the same name, but the conversation was more intimate. There were kissy emojis and they call each other baby. Playful, flirty banter. Like a text thread between two lovebirds. The thread has little chat history which leads me to believe she constantly deletes them. Upon searching the number on Snapchat, I found out his real identity. I then woke her again, and gave her a glass of water. After helping her fully awaken, we both sat down at the table, and I told her, I know. She then told me everything. Since December of 2023, she's been talking to a guy she works with. I found call logs between the two that lasted several hours, and she says they talk to each other as they stock shelves. She said they would hold hands as they walked out of work, but that they never engaged in anything physically, and that she always curbed his advances because she didn't want to be with him. She usually works until 2 to 3 a.m., but often an hour if that is spent talking to coworkers in the parking lot before leaving. After talking for hours, she told me that she caved when he started to show her attention and affection, something that she says I failed to do over the past few months. She said I treat her like a chore wife, and that all I expect of her is to work and help keep the house clean. I feel as though this is my fault, and I failed her as a husband. I am extremely distraught, and sick to my stomach, but have managed to keep my composure. She's my best friend, and we've literally grown up together since we were teens. I know what I must do now to be a better husband, but I'm struggling to figure out how to do that while simultaneously forgiving her for what she's done, and getting over this. I already feel less love for her, and disdain. Although she claimed she didn't engage with him sexually, she's maintained an emotional relationship with him behind my back for the past 5 months. I'm so afraid this is the end. I've asked her to quit, since my income alone will keep us afloat, and because I can't concentrate on my job, flying a multi-million-dollar machine, knowing she's working with him every night. Additionally, when we first met, she was bisexual. I was okay with this. She told me she likes relationships with women and relationships with men. Since then, I've been her sole partner the duration of our marriage. She also has a friend, the original female cover name, that she claims she's been flirtatious with as well. I don't think the relationship between her and the female coworker is at the level of that of her and the male. But things were trending that way, as tonight they were going to have a girls' night that was supposed to end at the scenic spot that overlooks our side of town. Am I overreacting by asking her to quit? I'm afraid to leave her, because she's been dependent on me our entire relationship. We take care of each other. She also has a history of mental illness and depression. As distraught as this has made me, I'm very fearful for what her life would be like without me. Everything I've done has been to build us a good life together. She understands this, and admittedly took the risk because she wasn't thinking. If you made it this far, thank you for your time. Please help me.